Some estimated nearly 100,000 people would take to the streets of Little Havana today. No exact numbers are available at this point, but there certainly were tens of thousands of people on the streets as we follow those who are now breaking up the protest and, for the most part, going home. Much different scene, as you'll recall, just a week ago today. And much has happened since last Saturday morning when Elian Gonzalez was forcibly taken from his South Florida home. 7's Craig Stevens is joining us now from the Plex deck with a look back at a week few of us will ever forget, Craig.
Indeed, Rick. You know, regardless of whether you have followed every single step, whether you follow this case closely over the past several days, this particular week will certainly be etched in the minds of many of us. A week of anguish and anger begins exactly 7 days ago, 5:15 Saturday morning. Federal agents seize Elian Gonzalez in a pre-dawn raid. The boy found hiding in a bedroom closet in the arms of the man who fished him out of the Atlantic Thanksgiving Day.
They broke Elian's bed.
Hours later, outside Washington at Andrews Air Force Base, the boy is reunited with his father. Well, throughout this city, extra police manpower is deployed as outrage spills into the streets. Sunday, reports say father and son are quietly bonding. Here at home, a day of peaceful protest. Monday, political fallout. Miami Mayor Joe Carollo demands the city manager fire the police chief who knew in advance when the raid would take place. Carollo upset he wasn't notified and that a high-ranking police official accompanied federal agents. In Washington, officials defend their action, claiming they had information there was a weapon inside the Gonzalez home. The family strongly denies it and travels to Andrews Air Base to see the boy. Juan Miguel Gonzalez refuses them entry. Tuesday, in a massive show of solidarity behind the Miami relatives, countless businesses shut their doors in protest. Workers stay home, calling it Dead Tuesday. In D.C., the Attorney General insists she has no regrets about the raid. Wednesday, Elian and his father leave Andrews Air Force Base for Maryland's Eastern Shore and the Y Retreat. There, he and his family are to be joined by a schoolteacher, a cousin, and Elian's friends from Cuba. Late in the day, dejected Miami relatives returned to Miami, having failed in repeated attempts to visit with the boy. Thursday, Mayor Carollo fires City Manager Donald Warshaw, in part because of the Elian Gonzalez mess. Friday, Police Chief William O'Brien quits, retires, to protest the Warsaw dismissal.
I refuse to be the chief of police in a city that has someone as divisive and destructive as Joe Carollo's man.
And Saturday, tens of thousands converge on 8th Street in Little Havana, upset by the government action, eager to remind those behind it that they will not forget. Indeed, they will not forget, as the outcome of the Elian Gonzalez custody dispute is still far from being determined. One incredible week in the life of South Florida. Live from the Plex deck, Craig Stevens, 7 News.
All right, Craig.
And let's take you to some live pictures around our community now. This group and the group that gathered with it in Little Havana saying the Clinton administration violated the law by ignoring immigration and custody statutes.
There is another side to that story. You see, this group that we're showing you now, they say it was the Gonzalez family who violated the law. A difference of opinions. Town divided.
And I'm Brent Cameron, the Channel 7 Weather Center. It's a comfortable weather pattern that continues. No sign of that ending anytime soon. And it's not too tough to take. Your complete weather forecast coming up right after the break.
And I'm Mike DePasquale. Former Dolphins nemesis Thurman Thomas is adjusting to his new surroundings as a member of the team. We'll hear from Thomas coming up. Plus, the big story of the day, of course, the Heat go for the 3-game sweep of the Pistons. Highlights and post-game reaction coming up in 7 Sports.
Closed caption brought to you in part by City Furniture, the ultimate furniture store.
Sushi, scrambled eggs, or a gourmet dinner. For whatever whets your appetite, El Dorado has the quality casual set you'll love. El Dorado, your furniture store.
It's taking over. Everyone's catching it.
Fever, fever.
What's the fever? Zero down. New Toyotas with zero due at signing. Catch it in the Corolla or Tacoma with all this. Lease one for $199 a month for 48 months with zero due at signing.
Fever, fever.
Corollas or Tacomas, $199, zero down. Catch the fever today at your South Florida Toyota dealers.
Shake your green thing, yeah, yeah. Show 'em how to do it now. Shake your green thing.
Pizza's just not ready without Kraft Parmesan cheese. It's what pizza wants.
Splish splash, I was riding a raft, getting soaked at the Rapids Water Park. Great fun, just playing in the sun on the 5 new water slides. Well, I jumped in big surf, caught a wave in the pool. I wrapped the tube around me and I felt real cool. And then I splish splash, new body blasted at the Rapids Water Park. Splish splash, I was riding a raft, getting soaked at the Rapids Water Park.
It's a Mega May on 7 News. They're taking steroids to get stronger. But it's not just guys. Female athletes are getting hooked too. But at what risk?
What you're trying to do is change a female into a male.
7's Marilyn Mitchell investigates the weaker sex. Plus, jaws dropped when Jennifer wore it. But is this daring fashion trend going too far?
There's a fine line between sexiness and vulgarity.
7's Belkys narrate sizes it up in Breast Dressed. Monday starting first at 5 on 7 News. Now, time for 7 weather with Brent Cameron.
And on the Saturday, it's just the kind of day you want to bottle up in the springtime and save for yet another day. It doesn't get any nicer than this. 81 actually. 81 in Miami, as warm as 85 degrees Fort Lauderdale. Skies very clear here. This narrow little strip of clouds. All that's left of a weakening front that's passing through the area by tonight, switching our winds around, but certainly no precipitation associated with the air, just not moist enough to do that. And this high pressure area, a pretty large one at that, also coming in from the north, so it's just another batch of dry air as our winds switch around tonight from the west and then the northwest for tomorrow. One of those beautiful days with a lot of sunshine. In time, high pressure, it's a clockwise flow, will drag in a little more moisture. Probably not enough to bring any chances for rain. It's certainly not in the forecast until the middle and end of next week. In the meantime, fire danger across Florida, certainly with the winds picking up a little bit tomorrow. That'll be a concern. There is a fire weather watch in place. Check out that forecast for tonight. Mild temperatures, anywhere from 67 to 71 degrees. A few clouds in the evening, but clearing out by later tonight, making way for a lot of sunshine. Winds from the north means very little humidity yet tomorrow, but watch out on the waters, a moderate chop on the bay. A lot of sunshine heading into Monday and Tuesday, and we'll watch for the opportunity for rain. We could use it by then, by the middle part of next week. See you again next half hour.
Sounds great. Thank you, Brent.
Other stories that we're going to follow for you involve the protests that have been taking place today. And now we are told many of those protesters have moved over to the home in Little Havana where Elian Gonzalez used to live. We'll be back.
7 News brought to you in part by the friendly people of Winn-Dixie. Come by and see us while you're at the marketplace.
Heart-healthy Florida grapefruit and the Florida grapefruit diet may help reduce the risk of heart disease. In a major study, participants who included 2 servings of grapefruit or grapefruit juice in a low-calorie, low-fat diet reduced cholesterol and lost an average of 19 pounds after 13 weeks. Florida grapefruit. Do it for your heart and your waistline.
Winn-Dixie has half gallons of Super Brand Premium Grapefruit Juice, 2 for $4.
It's Hank Goldberg. Who was the genius who decided to put yellow seats in the arena to make sure we know that there are empty seats at the basketball game? Hank Goldberg, Dolphins, Marlins, Panthers, and now the Hurricanes. Exclusively on Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
It's here for a limited time only. The amazing Rooms to Go Spring Clearance Sale. The one time each season, Rooms to Go actually beats Rooms to Go. Reducing prices in every department. Save on a great selection of living rooms at astounding sale prices. Save on bedrooms. No one beats these values. Save on dining rooms in all your favorite styles. Save on sofas, luxurious leather, even accessories. Now at prices below our everyday low prices. Shop the Rooms to Go Spring Clearance Sale through Wednesday only.
Who has the finest limousines in South Florida? Dolphin Limousine Service, of course. Dolphin's large fleet of elegant limousines is ready to transport you to that special occasion. And for economy airport pickup, try our sedan, our Rolls-Royce for weddings, vans for special events, buses for larger groups, and minibuses for sightseeing. No matter what your needs are for superior transportation, you can count on the limos the stars use. Dolphin Limousine Service.
It's Hank Goldberg. The University of Miami is competitive in every sport. And what Paul D has brought to that program is stability. Hank Goldberg, Dolphins, Marlins, Panthers, and now the Hurricanes. Exclusively on Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
Time for 7 Sports with Mike DePasquale.
No Timmy Hardaway, no problem for the Heat. No Grant Hill for the Pistons. A big problem for Detroit, who had to win Game 3 of the playoffs today or go on vacation. Our Steve Shapiro, who never takes a vacation, joins us live from Auburn Hills. Hey, Steve.
Not entirely true, Mike. Thank you. It was a blowout today, a clean sweep, 3 straight games. First time, by the way, the Heat has ever done that. And they're into the second round for just the second time, believe it or not. Look at Zoe blowing on his fingers trying to get hot today. He only had 12, but they didn't need much more than that. The Heat were up by 8, but the Pistons go on a 10-0 run. Leitner to Stackhouse, the Heat trail by 4 after 1. The Heat get their best off the bench, a 15-0 run, Bowen a deep deuce. Then Clarence Witherspoon, he drives, he pulls up for 2, and Otis Thorpe on the baseline. He had 10, the Heat lead by 5 at the break. They push it up in the third. Mashburn dishes to Marley. Marley had 2 threes, the Heat are up 12. Stackhouse trying to keep the Pistons alive, he had 25. The Heat go up 18, though. Anthony Carter bounces to Spoon. Spoon leads the Heat with 18 off the bench. Heat go up 25 in the fourth. Carter on the alley. Bowen on the oop. The Heat win 91-72. They sweep into round 2. Could be the Knicks again, believe it or not, but do they want them?
No, there's not a part of me that really wants, I want to win. I want to advance. I would love to take this team, as far as I can take this team.
It is only fitting that we do go through New York to accomplish our goal as a team.
Probably the majority probably wants New York. I think I've heard that several times out in the community, just hanging around. So that might, maybe the basketball guys will give them what they want.
We're happy that we were able to put them away and not, let them gain any confidence. And now we'll have probably 7 days to rest and get ready for either New York or Toronto.
Have preference?
No.
What do you mean, no? They want the Heat. You want the Heat. The Knicks. The league wants the Knicks. By the way, they will not play round 2 until Saturday at the earliest. We'll be back at 10 o'clock. I'm Steve Shapiro, live in Auburn Hills, 7 Sports. Mike?
All right, thanks, Steve. And I say bring on those Knicks. When you talk with Thurman Thomas, formerly of the Bills, now with the Dolphins, you soon realize it's a new start for an old pro who plans on making an impact. It's a new start for running back Lamar Smith, picked up as a free agent from New Orleans, all right? But all eyes as far as bringing a new look falls on Thomas, who's rushed for over 1,000 yards 8 times in his career. Thomas says with a new team, there's a new look, and you can expect changes.
It's strange being in another locker room, but this is a new beginning for me. I've changed up everything. Only thing that I haven't changed is the number. I went to a different face mask. I've changed my handoff from where I used to take it in Buffalo. New shoes and everything. So it's a new beginning for me, and it's also a learning experience. I'm going to have to get used to this after being in Buffalo for 12 years.
That'll do it for sports. Rick and Lori back after we take this time out.
7 News, brought to you in part by Bears for the best quality furniture and interior design.
Open those doors to Bears. It's the yearly in-store warehouse sale with, listen to this, up to 70% off. That's 70% off select items, floor samples, one-of-a-kind items, or discontinued pieces, all from the finest names in furniture. Drexel Heritage, Henredon, even butter soft leathers from Natuzzi. Come see how Bears can turn your home into a designer showcase at such ridiculous prices. For a better lifestyle, wear Bears.
In any business, there can be only one priority. At Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, we have never forgotten ours. Not surprisingly, we measure success a little differently.